Hi there everyone, it's Christophe Choo from Coldwell Banker Global Luxury in Beverly Hills. Today I'm at the roots of my real estate career, an area called Hancock Park, and specifically the gated community called Fremont Place. Coming today to list a property, and I haven't done a tour in Fremont for a while, so I thought I'd give you a little tour of the neighborhood. So Fremont Place, first let me switch this around, there we go. So Fremont Place is a private gated community in Hancock Park. It's the only gated community in the Hancock Park area, which is one of the old, original, established neighborhoods of Los Angeles. The old money back in the day, this is where they all lived. So prices right now in the Fremont Place area, there's I think 2 houses currently for sale. One very famous home. The lowest price I think is $6.4 million, and the highest price is about just under $17 million. And that one is the house that was once owned by Muhammad Ali, which is pretty cool. And way back years ago, when my first office was here in the Hancock Park area, I purchased one of the pieces of furniture from Muhammad Ali's house. We still have it. It's a French armoire, and it's pretty cool that we have that. So I like that. So here we go. So the streets are quite beautiful, as you can see. And I'm doing it slow because it's a little bit of a rainy day. So this is Muhammad Ali's former home. It's on 1.6 acres, beautiful classic Mediterranean. I think it was built in the 1915. A lot of these houses were some of the first homes in the neighborhood way back in the day. And actually I don't remember if Fremont was originally gated. I think it was. So this is listed currently at just under 17 million. It's over 11,500 square feet on 1.6 acres. Quite beautiful and very famous and historic in terms of a house. So there's only basically 2 little streets here in all of Fremont. So we're just going to drive a little bit around. A lot of houses from 1911, 1915, 1920, 1920s. There are some, here, that's a gorgeous house. I remember that years ago. I remember going into that house. Really stunning, really gorgeous classic architecture. Most of it is preserved. You will see there are some newer buildings which are not quite as classic in terms of their style and architecture. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to go up and down on each side so you can get a little better view. Let me turn the camera. Give you a little better view of the different houses. So I'll just go down. So it's basically one street north and south on each side, and then one street in the center, and they dead end at the south end, which is Olympic Boulevard. Fremont is placed between Olympic Boulevard and Wilshire Boulevard, where the gates. So it's basically 3 blocks north and south, and then 2 blocks east and west. And people love it here because you're right by the main Hancock Park area just to the north, which is not gated, and you're near the Koreatown neighborhood. You know, Koreatown was started probably in the early 60s here in Los Angeles. My dad was one of the first Koreans to come here to the United States in the early 60s. There were about 6 Korean guys that came and they helped to start the Koreatown neighborhood. So I'm going to make a little U-turn here, and this is the southern gate. It's not usable. There's only one gate in and out coming into Fremont. So you'll see basically a mixture of classic Mediterranean, a few country English, a couple Beaux-Arts villas, and some of that kind of 1912, turn of the century craftsman kind of style houses as well. So we're going to go up on this side. Looks like there's a house there being renovated. In terms of the last year or so, there have been 5 sales in the Fremont Place area. The average market time is taking about 6 months for these houses to sell. Lowest price was $3,250,000, and the highest price was $6.6 million. They basically are hovering around $1,000 a square foot. And of those sales, the average lot size is about 17,000 feet. There are some acre properties and a couple over an acre, just like the Muhammad Ali house that we drove by earlier. People love it in here because, again, it's a gated community, and surprisingly there are not a lot of gated communities in Los Angeles. We have one in Hancock Park, In Beverly Hills Post Office, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. And in Bel Air, we have 3 or 4. So again, not too many gated communities. So they're always a premium. People do like that because you have the security of a guard gate and 24-hour guards protecting the neighborhood. And as you can see, there's no cars, nothing. This is a nice neighborhood in terms of a lot of families do enjoy living here because, again, it's 5, 6 square blocks, and it's all fenced in except for the entry and exit gate. Behind the trees there, that's Wilshire Boulevard to the north. There's another beautiful classic Mediterranean. And then over to the right, you'll see that's the guard entry house. Now coming up here on the right, it doesn't look the same anymore, but it was the house from the movie War of the Roses back in the 80s, I think it was, because I first started my real estate career here in Hancock Park in 1989. So if I remember correctly, I think it was this house. It's obviously undergoing some, oh, maybe it's not that house. Oh yeah, we're gonna come back around because it's one of the prettiest houses over there on the left. So we're gonna just make a U-turn and come back around. Classic Mediterranean, beautiful palm trees, some pine trees. There are speed bumps, so for kids it's great. They can ride their bikes or skateboards, and you don't have really any through traffic except for those that are in the gates living here or working at the houses, or if there's an event or party. Very, very nice neighborhood. Aside from Fremont Place, there are several other parts of Hancock Park. There's Hancock Park proper. Oh, this is the one, I think. Was that the one? Oh, shoot. From War of the Roses? I can't remember now. Jeez. 30 years ago when I started, it's hard to remember every house from 30 years ago. So I'm just going to go to the end of the street here, and I'm going to make a U-turn so you can just see the other side of this particular block. Yeah, so just these 2 blocks. We went on the first one on the eastern border, and now we're on the one on the western border. That's the other south gate. Here's a nice turn of the century classic house. That sold, actually no, that's that the one? Oh, that one is rented, that's right. Another beautiful Mediterranean, another Mediterranean. So I would say the Mediterranean style is probably the main style of home here in the Gates. So we're going to do one last little ride on this side, and then I'm going to get to my appointment. And then I'll have videos and photos of a new listing here in Fremont Place. But I do want to show you the beautiful French brick house that, gosh, I think it sold back maybe 18, 20 years ago now that I think back in time, but it's really beautiful, classic kind of French architecture. Oh, I don't know if you heard that sound, but those are the wild parrots. We have lots of wild parrots all throughout LA. I guess over time people lose their birds, or the birds get loose and fly off, and then they become wild, and there's sometimes packs of them, like 100 or 200 at a time, and they fly in packs, or I don't know what you call birds, packs. I guess you don't call them packs. Gaggles? Is that what you call birds? There we go. That's the one that I think is so beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that architecture. Classic French brick with the ivy. Just love that. So I'm going to make my U-turn. Say a little goodbye. There we are. Hey, everybody. Luckily, it's not raining too hard right now, and I'm going to make my little U-turn and go meet my client, and hopefully have a new listing here in Fremont Place. So stay tuned and watch. I've been doing this now for 31 years, as I'd mentioned before. Born and raised in LA, so almost 51 years of my life I've lived in this city. And I've also been driving since I was 16, so I know pretty much every street, every neighborhood. Often people call me and say, oh, I want to talk to you about selling my house, and I live at the 1000 block of this street. I'm like, oh, you're just north of Melrose, you're just east of La Cienega, and you're on the street where there's duplexes and houses, and they're like kind of shocked that I would remember that, but I'm very visual and I do remember things pretty well. I'm supposed to do that in real estate. So if you're ever looking to buy in LA or looking to sell, you need expert advice and someone who really cares and knows their stuff, give me a call. I'd love to help you find your dream home, help you sell your home, downsize, upsize, whatever you want. I'm here to serve you with all your real estate needs. I love what I do, and that's all I do is real estate since I was 18 years old, from right out of high school modeling right into real estate. So that's what I know and love. See you soon. Take care, and thanks for watching. Bye now.